What's going on, people? What's up? How's everybody doing today, man? Rainy day here in New York. Um, don't think it's raining now, but it was raining all day today. But nevertheless, how you guys doing today? This is another episode of Will's Sports Show. Uh, After a crazy day in football, Um, so we're gonna dive right into it. Definitely gonna talk about again my G-men. I'm also gonna talk more about the NFL. Haven't really touched base on other games and teams in the NFL. So the show today is mainly gonna be about football. Um, we're gonna start, of course, with the G-men. Kind of a bittersweet victory for my Giants. Always glad that the Giants, my team, win no matter what. It was a big win. Kind of what I expected. I know this team is not going to blow out Cincinnati at all. I knew it was gonna be a hard fought game because this team is not ready to blow out teams like Cincinnati yet. But it's all good. We got the win. I always say, as long as you score more points than the other team at the end of the day, I'd rather ask questions or have concerns about a win than a loss. So we won the game, 19-17 against the Bengals. Believe that's the first time the Giants have won at Cincinnati in their history. Obviously, they don't play them that much because they're in the AFC North. They play at Cincinnati once every 8 years. That was a much needed win. Got a little scary at the end. We thought that it was going to be another collapse like they've had early in the year, but that was early in the year. If this was early in the year, they probably would have found a way to lose this game, but they found a way to win. Got the fumble at the end. Lynn Williams recovered it, and that's all she wrote. So we won 19-17. Like I said, it was a good win. Only bad thing about it is our quarterback, Daniel Jones, got hurt. Hamstring injury. Wanted to wait until we found out what was the severity of the injury. I didn't want to make go on and make the show and not know what was going on. So thank God it's not a tear, because that was my fear, especially when he he heard it, then he came back, try to play through it in a couple of plays, and it got it still was bad, and he couldn't play on it. So, so it's a strained hamstring. He's definitely not going to play against Seattle. We know that. Probably he's not going to play the week after as well. So you don't want no injuries, no matter who it is. You don't want nobody getting hurt. I don't care if it's an opponent. I don't care if it's somebody that you dislike. As far as sports wise, competitive, you don't want to see nobody get hurt. It's worse when it's your quarterback in the second year, and this team is believe it or not, it's in the playoff push. So you don't want to sit here and see him get hurt. It's tough. He's a tough dude, man. There's been times where he's been playing, and he's been having runs and he's getting hit, and you are shocked that he even got up. So it's tough to see him get hurt. Hopefully it's only a week or two, and he can get back out there. So unless the Giants are gonna have to get another quarterback. They can't go in the game with one quarterback, because I believe the only two quarterbacks on their roster was Daniel Jones and Colt McCoy. So they're gonna have to sign another quarterback for this week. When it's confirmed that Daniel Jones is not going to play, which is probably most likely not. So they're gonna have to sign quarterback. It looks like Colt McCoy is going to start. He's not the best backup you can have. He's not Nick Foles. He's not Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he's been around the league. He knows what he's doing. He's not Daniel Jones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is Pat Mahomes, but you rather obviously have Daniel Jones in. But let's see. Hopefully, Colt McCoy can hold on the fort. They're probably gonna change the game plan a lot for him. they're not gonna probably do the same plays they did with Daniel Jones. But it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, because at the end of the day, hopefully his defense could, against Seattle, kind of limit them to at least 20 something points. Maybe the Giants can sneak away with a victory. It's gonna be tough. I won't be shocked if we lose this game. Seattle, fans or no fans, is a tough place to go. This is a great team, but I'm sure Giant Nation, we're gonna be a Seahawks fan tonight because they play the Eagles. Monday Night Football. Seahawks should win this game, but it's the NFL, so nothing is guaranteed. And hopefully they do win, so they could relax themselves, think, oh yeah, we beat the Eagles, da da da. Oh, Dan Jones is not playing. Maybe they could back up a little. Maybe they could back off a little bit and not be a little bit overconfident and give us a break to win the game. But I won't expect that. But it's gonna be a tough game regardless. Even if Daniel Jones was playing, it's gonna be a tough game. But at the end of the day, that being said, I'd rather come here and talk about a win than a loss any day. It would have been worse if we had lost that game. So as of right now, at 7:41 p.m., the New York Football Giants are in first place. They haven't been in first place in any time in the division since 2016, and they haven't won 3 straight since 2016. So obviously that was the last time that this franchise made the playoffs. And like I said, hopefully the Eagles could lose tonight, and Carson Wentz will still be horrible, and we could be technically in first place. Like I said, by Washington, another show by Washington beating, Dallas, that helped us because we won the tiebreaker with the Redskins. So, then they we found a way to get a victory. The defense played well again, forced turnovers. I gotta give it up to Patrick Graham, the defense coordinator. I wanted this team to get a known defense coordinator. They didn't go that route, but this guy is doing a great job, and these players are continuously making plays, man. And we're gonna need this defense to really step up because like I said, we don't know what Colt McCoy could bring. So, hopefully the running game continue. Wayne Gallman almost had 100 yards. Today he continues to impress. His offensive line didn't miss a beat, even without, the fired head coach Mark Colombo. Fired offense coordinator. So, they did what they had to do and won the game. When a team like the Giants right now, how they are, you can't sit here and get mad if they win the game. If they win the game 2-0, they won. This is not a team like the Chiefs or Steelers, Saints, teams like that if they had beaten the Bengals only 19-17, you'd be like, what the heck is going on? No, the Giant team is not there yet. You take the win as you can. You take any win that you possibly can take, and then just move on to the next chapter, the next game. So there's gonna be a tough game coming up. But let's see what happens, man. They got a tough schedule coming up. Seattle, Arizona, Ravens. Play Dallas the last game of the year. Dallas is the only team that we play that doesn't have, it's under 500. And Cleveland, yes, Cleveland. I know I was trying to think of the other team that we play. Cleveland, they're 8-3. So it is not going to be easy. Hopefully we could pull out 2 or 3 more wins. I really think if we get 3 wins out of these next 5, I know that's asking for a lot, especially with the schedule, we could pull off and win this division. I think 7-9 will do it. But obviously we gotta beat Dallas that last game because I still think Dallas is gonna win a couple games. I may be wrong. The Redskins, again, we own the tiebreaker, so as long as they don't have a better record than us, we should be fine. And the Eagles, that tie would help the Eagles, but if that's only if they win games. If they don't win games, then it's not going to matter. So we need to find a way to win at least 3 of these next 5 games, man. Well, you want to win all 5? Of course. course. Why wouldn't you want to be, 5-0 in these next 5 games? Of course. But gotta be realistic. Playing against the Ravens, they're gonna be tough. Cardinals gonna be tough. Seattle's gonna be tough. So, but this is why I always said even before they should have found a way to win the games against Dallas earlier, against Philly, maybe against Tampa Bay. If they had won at least 2 out of 3 games, I'm not saying that not to worry about these games coming up, but it would have helped a little bit. They would at least have 5 wins, and in this horrible division, the NFC least as they call it, it wouldn't have been that bad. So now you really can't afford to be losing these games. So they have to win at least 2 or 3. In my opinion, they need to win 3. So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be tough now with no Daniel Jones, hopefully for just a couple of weeks. Hamstrings you cannot mess around with at all. So you got to sit here and you got to just hope and pray that it's only for a couple of weeks. And plus, you want to see Daniel Jones play, man. He's been playing well. He hasn't turned the ball over. This is the quarterback that you drafted 6th overall in 2019 last year. You don't want to see this guy missing time. He already missed a couple of games last year, but the backup was Eli. So we don't have a, Eli backup, So you want to see this guy play. Hopefully his career won't be injury prone, because again, it's the 2nd year he's got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Last year we knew sprained ankle, so I missed a couple of games. This year, hamstring, hopefully a couple of games. But Giant fans, as much as some Giant fans probably don't like Eli, just look at it this way. From 2004 when he started to 2019, he only missed 1 game, and that's because of Ben McAdoo, dumbass, freaking sent him down for some Geno Smith in that game, which messed up the streak as well. So he has not missed a game at all because of injury. Just think about that. 15 years from 2004 to 2019, you knew who your quarterback was, and you had no issues at all of who's going to start. And it's Eli, and that's why players like Eli Manning, players like Derek Jeter, players like Patrick Ewing, you cannot take for granted for if you're a fan of them franchises like I am. You can't. Captains, just tough. Always, I know Patrick Ewing was injury prone a lot. Derek Jeter missed some games here and there, but come on. That's why I laugh when somebody sit here and say, "Oh, Eli wasn't this, Eli wasn't that." For 15 years, you knew you had one quarterback. How many franchises since 2004 can say that they had one quarterback constantly there? I know, after starting week 3 of last year, Daniel Jones started his started his career pretty much. But you guys get what I'm saying. So you don't want to see nobody get hurt. And again, this is what happens because again, I'm no disrespect to Colt McCoy, I'd rather have Daniel Jones in there. I'm sorry. Hopefully Colt McCoy could ride the ship and he could play well. He's on my team. I don't have nothing against him, but this is why Colt McCoy is a backup quarterback. But he's on our team, and we need him to play well because we need these games, man. We're not out of the woods. I know we technically in first place right now, but we're not out of the woods. We still got a long way to go if we want to win this division. So I want to see this team in the playoffs. Like I said, everybody in this division is not good at all. We know that. Even our team is not good, but they're winning games. So like I said, why not us? Why not us, Giant fans? That should be the slogan. Why not us? I wanna wear them stupid rinky-dinky, NFC East Championship shirts. I'm gonna get one of those too. If we win the division, I'm gonna order me a division championship. I don't care what our record is. You don't take for granted your team making the playoffs no matter what. Especially, with a young team and a first year young head coach. That's going to be huge. Especially, we get a home game. Well, I mean, now talks from what I heard saying that, the NFL is going to do a bubble type thing, which they should. So they should do that. You know, baseball did it. Obviously, the NBA did it. So they should do that. And they still have the Super Bowl in Tampa. So, but come on, man. Like, let's see what happens next week, man. It's gonna be tough. If we could pull out a win, that'll be just great. Do I think we're gonna win? I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my team. I don't, because Seattle is that good. Especially now with Daniel Jones being out, I definitely don't think we can win. But again, hopefully I'm wrong. I'm not rooting for my team to lose, but I'm realistic. I'm not one of these type fans that doesn't keep it real. So, hopefully we can find a way to pull it off, and Danny Dimes get back soon, get well soon, and let's go, man. Let's do it. On to the other New York football team, right quick. I mean, I haven't really talked about them, but it's nothing to really talk about. Jets stink. You know that. Adam Gase is a disgrace. He goes in a post game being confused, trying to make it seem like we don't, nobody doesn't know who's calling the plays or not. He's a disgrace. The Lions fired their general manager and their head coach. The Jaguars fired recently, yesterday. The Jaguars fired their general manager. I'm sorry, the Lions fired, I think it was a couple of days ago, the Lions fired their GM and the head coach, Matt Patricia. The Jaguars, I believe, yesterday fired their general manager. Why does the Jets still have this guy as the head coach? Just stop the misery and just let him go. He's just a disgrace. This team, and I like Sam Darnold. I want Sam Darnold to do well, but he's lost. The stupid throws he's done. Sometimes, as much as you wanna get on Adam Gase, some of these plays it's Sam Darnold's fault, and it just sucks, man. How this guy just continues to not know what the hell he's doing. Horrible, just a horrible. Trevor Lawrence, the Jets are on the clock. Just leave it at that. The Jaguars are not too far behind. So the Jets better be careful, because I know you want to win a game, but it's gonna. That's why it sucks when your team is whack, horrible, because it's like you want them to get the number one pick, but yet and still, do you want to see them lose? They play to win. So if they win, the Jaguars might get the number one pick, and you might lose out on Trevor Lawrence. Just a horrible, team. And again, I'm not saying the Giants every year light it on fire. They've been struggling the past 3 years, but I just think I'm a Giant fan. No offense, Jet fans. I have nothing against the Jets. I love Jet fans. Be neighbors, But I just thank God I'm a Giant fan. I thank my father, because the teams I root for is because of my father. So I just thank him for that. Thank you so much. So other games, Mahomes and against Brady, that would end up being a great game. Chiefs do what they had to do. I'm surprised the game was close, and Tyreek Hill, how the heck you have 200 yards in the first quarter? Like, Mahomes had over 400 yards passing. Just a great. They're just unbelievable. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna stop this team. You're gonna have to outscore them, because they're gonna score points. Maybe the Steelers can play them. Can you imagine Steelers Chiefs and AFC Championship game? Oh my God, that would just be amazing. Raiders, I don't know what the hell happened to them. They not only lose to the Falcons, they got smacked. That's a bad loss. And everybody was praising them that they almost beat the Chiefs again. Ain't no praising no more. That was a horrible defeat. Patriots still in there, still finding a way to win games. This is why Bill Belichick is one of the best coaches, or probably the best coach in NFL history. Finds a way to win. Dolphins with Fitzmagic, they in it as well. They obviously beat the Jets. The Saints, as expected, beating the Broncos. Broncos with no quarterback. I just really feel for them. It's just how the heck all three of your quarterbacks in your roster gets COVID. I mean, it's just, it's just unbelievable. But they didn't forfeit, and I don't blame them. You still want to shot, you still want to compete, still want to win. Packers beat the Bears. Not a surprise at that. And then this Ravens Steelers game, is it ever going to be played? I mean, now it's pushed back to Wednesday. You know, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable this year, and with everything going on, moving, all these games being moved and everything, it's just crazy. But see what happens tonight. Like I said, go Seahawks. Even though I'm not gonna be rooting for you next week because you're playing against my team, I'm damn sure rooting for you tonight, and hopefully you guys could do what you gotta do and win. And yeah, that's about it, man. That's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, hopefully, Giants can do what they got to do next week, and it's not going to be easy, like I said. So I will definitely catch up with you guys later on. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Peace.